What's going on, everybody? It's Babe Boy Views. So we're going to continue on with the book The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. Right now we're on law number 6, the law of short-sightedness. So if you just got here, I have the other videos on my page. Go ahead, check those out, and you can catch up to us right here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So it starts off, people are most impressed by what they can see and hear right now. Okay? So in this part of the chapter is telling you to think in a have a long-term mindset. Okay? So people who are reactive to the present events are most susceptible to manipulation. All right. So, an example. I'm just give an easy one. As soon as we found out that all of this COVID stuff started happening, they started rolling out these whole vaccine things. I'm not trying to downplay what if you already got one, cool. But me personally, I kind of took a step back and I was like, you know what? This is a brand new disease. These are brand new, studies. These things haven't been tested for, more than 10, 20 years. These literally rolled out 2 years ago. I didn't feel comfortable. I started asking people around me. I was like, hey, why'd you take it? It was like, oh, I was worried. And then I looked into what it was made out of. I wasn't that impressed. So I just kind of didn't get the shot. So I was like, okay. Practice having patience and clarity. So if you take a step back and practice long-term mindset, you would gain patience and clarity. Okay, so here's a couple of ways that you can that the book sets out that helps you be in a long-term mindset. Okay, so the bigger picture mindset: detach from the heat of the moment, calm down your emotions. So usually when somebody is in the heat of the moment, they are thinking emotionally and they aren't exactly thinking about what could happen if they react a certain way. What are the ups and downs from this action? So from taking this action, what is an outcome, and whether it's good or bad? Focus back on your long term. This is going to help. Is this going to help with the vision? Is this going to help with what I have in store for my long-term goals? Okay. So let's say that you buy a Netflix subscription. Everybody's got a Netflix subscription. Okay. In order to make that Netflix subscription worthwhile, you have to watch TV on it, right? You can't just be paying for it and not watch anything, right? So in order to watch TV, you have to give up something else in your life, whether it's playing with your kids, whether it's working on a project with friends, family, whether it's doing something productive on a Sunday. So that's how deep this book is telling you to look into your life, is the small minute things that you can change in your everyday life could actually be a huge impact on the big far-sighted vision of your entire life, and you'd be surprised. So keynote here: stay away from narrow-sighted people. So people that always want to go to the bars, at least that's what I got from out of it. People that are always thinking that me mindset. Okay. So here's 4 symptoms of short-sightedness, and something that you can also take and reflect in your own life and see if you fall into this category, and hopefully it'll take you out of this narrow-sighted mindset and help you elevate what you think and you can hopefully fix whatever's going on in your life, whether it's relationships, whether it's why you're not reaching goals, or why things are harder than it's supposed to be. Okay? So number one, unintended consequences. So A doesn't always lead to B. That's a very naive way of thinking. So I think Nipsey Hussle probably says it best in one of his interviews. A doesn't always lead to B. There's always people with intentions. There's always events, world events going on in life that we just don't account for. And sometimes it could be devastating, and sometimes it could just be something that throws us off our game. But it'd be a good idea to calm down from your emotions, take a step back, realize what's going on in life, and to continue on to your journey of becoming whatever you want to do, doing whatever you want to do, or becoming whoever you want to be. So that one for me was a big one, because I always try to find myself like, no, I need to be doing this, no, I need to be doing that. And sometimes you just need to take a break and you need to relax, and I understand that this is kind of going off of whatever the book is saying, but if you don't give your body time to relax, you're not gonna say you're going off of 4 hours of sleep, stuff like that, you're not gonna be a functioning person. And a person that is in the automotive industry has to be level-headed, has to be on his 10 toes, making sure that all these cars get pushed out, because you're playing around with the second biggest investment in a person's life, for normal people. So on to the second is tactical hell. So actually me and my wife were having a conversation about her friend, and her friend and her set up a date, and they even put it in their calendars. And this, there is no debate about it. We're gonna meet up this day, okay? So on that day, my girl goes and texts her friend. It was like, hey, are we gonna meet up later? She's like, oh, sorry, you should have checked in with me like beforehand. I'm like, bruh, it's like, what's the point of putting it in your calendar, right? So I was just like, so obviously there's nothing I should get into, but I was like, you know what, babe, it sounds like she's busy, just leave her alone, whatever, right? So they ended up texting each other a couple days later, and her friend found herself in a predicament where she started to get offended off of my girl kind of standing up for herself. She was like, hey, like, we don't have to kick it. I just hoped that you wanted to see me and we could kick it, right? She was like, oh, I just felt that you were busy, that blah blah blah. So she started going off in emotion, and not exactly the right way to go about things. So she ended up having to protect herself and her ego from getting offended, from feeling shame for expecting so much out of just a simple friendship. Like, they barely even get to see each other. Like, she goes to school in another state, and my girl is now a mother. So there's two obligations there that they're not obligated to see each other, but as friends, you would expect that if they come over and they're like, hey, you want to kick it, all right, let's put it in our calendar, there is no other conversation. Like, let's just kick it that day and that's it. So I'm not trying to get in their business or nothing, but that's something that I thought was hilarious, because I was literally telling her, I was like, I'm gonna do a part of the book, The Laws of Human Nature. I just want to show you. So always having to defend your position, it's you trying to protect your ego. Lost sight of your long-term goals and vision. All right, so that was a good example. I actually saved this one for the video today. Number 3, the notification jitters. All right, so don't keep up or get caught up with social media drama events. Stick to your vision and have patience. Okay, so for me, when I first started like posting, like this is way before I started doing these YouTube videos, right? Just like on the internet, just Instagram. You'd post up or Facebook, you post up something and you see everybody, they're getting like 13 likes or something like that, and you're just like, oh, I can do that too, right? You start posting something and get nothing, and then you come to realize it, a couple years later, it's like, oh, I was a dumb kid posting random stuff, right? But you start wanting it, or let's say the opposite, you get so much that you just get sucked in, and you're just kind of having this feeling of oh yeah, I'm the shit, and then you just have to keep chasing it. So don't get caught up with the social media drama. So whatever's going on the social medias, on internet platforms, is not real. What's real is what you can touch, feel, see, the people around you. Yes, obviously I'm posting this video on the internet hoping that people engage and see some type of value out of this video. But do I expect to see 1 million likes? Do I expect to see 1 million views? It would be nice too, but no, I don't expect it at all. I expect that I would have a small community of people that I actually touch. Okay, so yeah, have patience. Stick to your vision. And then number 4, information overload, getting lost in rabbit holes. So info overload so basically info overload. I'm sure that all of us has been just going down these rabbit holes, and we start chasing down like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein, or shit like that. Some of us don't really have TikTok or shit like that to like keep us on those rabbit holes, but I'm sure you have experienced something that you were interested in, and you just keep going down this video after video after video. So after a while, your brain is just like, oh, I can't even remember half the stuff that was on the video. So it's okay to not have all of the information. It is okay to, at least know what you need to know. So, and something that I figured out too is, with experience, you'll figure out what you need to know. So, I guess in a business aspect, you would also need to learn how to delegate, so you don't have this information overload too, And it's such a good, perspective to look at everything from this lens and be taken back. At least I was taken back when I started listening to it. And hopefully you guys got something out of this video. That's the end of this chapter. I know it's a short one, but yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.